Hi everyone, I am in Finland, the happiest country in the world. Finland was never on my radar until very recently. That's because I love castles, grand buildings, quaint villages, and chic beach clubs. I love the old-world charm of Europe, and Finland didn't seem to fit the bill. But it's the happiest place on earth. In fact, it has been for 8 years in a row. Am I missing something? If Finland can make its citizens happy, I was wondering if it could make this visitor happy too. After all, I needed some R&R following a stressful event earlier this year. Before going to Helsinki, I went to Stockholm and was really excited about taking an overnight ferry from the Swedish capital to Helsinki, which I will discuss in another video. To be sure, people in Finland enjoy free higher education, state-funded and work-related pensions, universal health care, a good transportation system, financial support and services for families, and other social programs funded by taxes. These apparently help free up time, resources, and energy to pursue personal fulfillment. As a tourist, I didn't expect to benefit from any of these, unless I had an accident and ended up at a hospital where I wouldn't be charged an arm and a leg. But from my research, their lifestyle and attitude towards life also influence their happiness. I went to see and feel the vibes. My first sight of the city was from the sea. I was eager to explore the city, but first things first, I needed to find a hotel and ditch the bags. We almost there! Dragging my luggage through the cobblestone walkway tired me out a bit. It was not exactly sunny, but it felt so nice. Even though I was in a bit of a hurry to find my hotel, I couldn't help taking a short break to take in the view and enjoy the perfect temperature. Why would I rush to go anywhere? I had to sit down a bit, but I'm not in a hurry, and it's super nice out. I sat there for about 15 minutes, drawing the fresh Baltic air into my lungs as fully as possible. It felt incredibly peaceful. I've been in this country for less than an hour, but started to understand why access to nature is so important to our well-being. Then I went and tried to find a hotel. I found a building that seems to be a hotel but couldn't find its name anywhere. I decided to go in just so I could ask someone. Turns out, this was my hotel. The main entrance was on the other side, and lucky for me, they had a room available so I could check in immediately. So they let me check in early. But it's a twin room instead of a double, which is fine. Alright, let's go to the room. Once inside the room, I was really impressed with the simple yet warm and inviting decor. It was distinctly Nordic, with clean lines and natural materials. I had originally picked a hotel downtown, but glad I switched to be closer to the public pool and saunas I want to check out the following day. After dropping off my bags, I started exploring the city. I love markets, so I went back to the one near the harbor to have a closer look at what they were selling. Then I saw a stall selling t-shirts that proudly announced, "Finland is a happy nation." Hello. You are indeed the happiest nation.
Yes, did you know?
Yes, of
Yes.
course. I asked the seller why the Finns were happy, but he didn't want to be on camera, so I stopped filming. He said the Finns were happy because they enjoy the little things in life like saunas and love spending time in nature. He pointed to the Allas Pool and told me I should try a sauna there. I left the market feeling somewhat emotional. It was one thing to read about all the factors that make people happy, but quite another to hear from someone living it. And maybe this hit closer to home because I had been too distracted to fully appreciate both the little things and big things in life, even though I had a lot to be grateful for. I was determined to change that. It was lunchtime. I headed over to Kappeli, a cafe and restaurant known for good food at the east end of the Esplanadi Park. I like the old world design with the sage green color that reminded me of Paris. The restaurant has a self-service area, a formal section with a fine dining atmosphere, a bar, and outdoor seating. I headed over to the self-service area and got myself some salmon soup. After lunch, I walked along the Esplanadi Park, which was full of locals and visitors alike. I loved the artworks about nature and the community. On this trip, I found that Helsinki is peaceful yet vibrant, with beautiful architecture and design. Besides Nokia, the most well-known Finnish brand is Marimekko. As a design enthusiast, I went in to check it out. I like their home collection a lot. It has this vintage vibe, yet feels modern and relevant. Helsinki does have chic cafes with beautiful terraces like this one. And there's a Moomins shop. Moomins are popular cartoon characters from children's books and comics created by a Finnish writer and illustrator. Isn't this plate beautiful? I collected cute plates and cups in my previous life, but I put a stop to it after running out of space to store them. A little later it rained, but somehow I enjoy Helsinki despite the weather. The fact that I was wearing a warm coat helped, but I think it was because I had a good attitude while on the road. It rained every day when I was in Stockholm too, and I still had good time. Next on my itinerary was the famous Helsinki Central Library Oodi. I was told that this library is a must if you want to see firsthand how Finland created a space for people young and old from all walks of life. Built to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Finland's independence, it was designed to be more than a library, but a place for people to relax, grab lunch or a cup of coffee, hang out with friends and families, play video games, create music, design stickers, or learn new skills. It is also a symbol of equality. Oodi is located on the opposite side of the Parliament House. The library's third floor citizens' balcony is on the same level as the Parliament's entrance, symbolizing democracy and dialogue. I found an empty table and sat there for a long time. It was nice and peaceful. I'm just here in front of the Central Library. Can you see behind me? Enjoying the last ray of sunshine. On the way back, I got some fried fish from a food stall at the harbor. The place was jumping as people stood in line for a concert. At the hotel, I went to the rooftop to see the skyline. The view was spectacular. You could see Helsinki Cathedral and Esplanadi Cathedral. The following morning, I had breakfast at the hotel. I would totally stay here again. I loved everything about it. It's elegant yet functional at the same time. Then I headed to Allas Pool for a sauna and a dip in the Baltic Sea. I was told that this pool is famous among locals. The conversation with the t-shirt vendor yesterday made me even more eager to check it out. Good morning from Helsinki. It's raining, but I'm on my way to sauna. That's how they pronounce it here. I'm excited about it. It's called Allas, which has a pool as well. It's an outdoor pool, so we'll see how it goes. But it's not that cold. I mean, I'm not wearing any coat or anything right now, so it should be fine. I'm excited about it. Seems like a lot of the local people go there. So we'll see how it goes. I'll report back. Bye. Okay, so this is where you get the tickets to go to the sauna. Okay, I walked right past it. I didn't think it's the same. So, alright, here it is. Alright, I got the ticket. It's 22 euros. And the guy told me that the side door opened at 9. There's why nobody there, I guess. So, alright, I'm gonna change and go to the sauna. Finland has only 5.5 million people, but there are 3.3 million saunas. I was told most people have private saunas in their homes and apartment buildings. That makes sense because saunas have a lot of health benefits, like reducing the risk of dementia, heart attack, and stroke. They help reduce stress and muscle pain and improve your lung function. But during frigid winter cold, enveloping yourself in the heat sounds great and will definitely kick anyone's happiness level up a notch. I think I'm gonna go to the last one because the other one seems like it's unisex. So this one seems to be female. Right there. I just came out of the sauna. It was amazing. And you get this view. The Baltic Sea. Then I took my very first dip into the Baltic Sea pool. Then the heated pool. Then back to the sauna again. I repeated this over and over and didn't care it was raining. In fact, people were enjoying themselves and nobody cared about the rain. To me, it seemed like they were displaying an art of inner strength and perseverance, or sisu, a Finnish concept that helped them survive the wars and harsh conditions like long winters. I could imagine myself hanging out here all day, as they also have a restaurant and lounging area. I've read about an elderly woman who is very active and comes to Allas Pool every day. She explains that this daily routine attributes to her happiness. I can see why. My experience here exceeded my expectations and became one of the highlights of my Scandinavian trip. I even bought a tote bag to remind me of this moment, which is simply a healthy, happy routine for the locals. Alright, walking back to the hotel. Right, on my way to grab lunch and then head to the airport. I was going to grab lunch at this food hall. I was craving salmon soup. This restaurant looked great, but it was packed. As I had to head to the train station and then to the airport to catch a flight to Berlin, I decided to try this food stall on my way to the tram stop. The salmon soup was not as good as the one at Kappeli yesterday, but it filled me up and warmed my tummy. I was happy with what I got. Alright, I am headed to the airport. Just want to say goodbye, or rather see you later, to Helsinki. I will definitely be back, and I already miss you. That wraps up my 30 hours in Helsinki. Did Finland make these tourists happy too? A resounding yes. Thank you for coming along with me. Until next time.